Get ready for an epic journey throughout the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! In this series, we'll start with the basics and work our way up, exploring each era of the game, opening packs, building decks, and dueling with classic and modern cards. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this series is for you. So stick around because the heart of the cards are calling, and together we will become true duelists. Welcome to the Garbage Lords Progression Series. What is up, guys? Today we are here for the third episode of the Garbage Lords Progression Series, and today we have to start by resolving our super rare wild card ticket. Now, this is a very important episode, as will be the next episode if either of us spins a ticket, because the way we are doing wild cards, they go back 3 episodes. So this and the next episode are going to be the last chances we have to pull from LOB, Magic Ruler, Pharaoh's Servant, etc., etc., etc. And there are 2 cards that I have my eyes on for today. The first is Mystic Tomato. Now, Mystic Tomato is very important. We only have 2 of it, as does Zach. And the important thing about Mystic Tomato is this actually doesn't get reprinted for our series until Dark Saviors. We do not do pure reprint sets. We do sets that introduce new cards only, and there are some sets that have new cards in it along with reprints, like Dark Saviors. Now, for those of you who don't remember, Dark Saviors introduced the Sky Striker deck, meaning that we will not get a second chance to pull Mystic Tomato, like, just from the series until Link era, which at that point 1400 recruiters are completely defunct. And Mystic Tomato is a card that is playable until Edison format and probably even until like XZ's era for, some amount of playability. Now, the other card that I have my eye on today is Heavy Storm. This card does not get reprinted in our series at all. However, this card does receive a ban eventually. It spends time off and on the ban list, and it will be perpetually at 1 for the rest of the series. So it's a big toss-up for me of, do I pick a one-of that will eventually be banned, and if Zach goes to the banning, this will have a big target on its back, or do I pick a third copy, which I could reasonably get with a snatch deal, that will be playable for about half the series? Actually, it's quite a bit over half, and that's a big toss-up question, but I feel like one of the big problems with sealed Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially a progression series, is just the lack of backer removal. So for that reason, we are going to be adding a single copy of Heavy Storm to our collection. So here we are with Magician's Force, and this set introduces a lot of cool stuff, but not a lot that is actually usable in our series. So starting at the Secret Rares, we have the iconic Dark Magician Girl, which is not playable at all because neither of us have Dark Magician, so we're just going to ignore that, especially if we pull it. Next up, we have Diffusion Wave Motion, which is yet another Dark Magician support card. However, neither myself nor Zach have it, so the secret rares in this set don't matter. Onto the super rares, we actually have some interesting ones and some very important ones. So we have the X, Y, and Z Union monsters. That would be the X Head Cannon, the Y Dragon Head, and the Z Metal Tank. These are really cool. However, they are not at all playable in this era, in my opinion. That's because we don't have the most important piece of support that made this playable in speed duels, that being Union Hanger. Now, notably, if you do pull these and you do want to play them, the fusions are actually very powerful. Specifically, YZ Tank Dragon hits face down monsters, XZ Tank Cannon hits face down spell cards, and the, as most people know, the XYZ Dragon Cannon just hits any card. The only one you don't want to pull is the XY Dragon Cannon, because that only hits face-up spell cards, which is entirely useless. Tribe Infecting Virus, however, is one of the most powerful cards we have access to. This will be playable if either of us pull it. So let's hope we pull one and Zach doesn't. Onto the rares, we have some very interesting cards. First up, we have DD Crazy Beast. Shout out to Hatch from the Bumboy progression. This card is surprisingly strong. 1400 monster. You can get it off of Giant Rat. It gets Gaia Power Boost, which is good. And then it just banishes any monster that is sent to the graveyard. Why is this important? Well, because if you boost it up with a Gaia Power and crash into a Mystic Tomato or a Flying Kamakiri or a Giant Rat, they don't get their effects. Same thing with Sangen and Witch. It's all very strong. Desk Koala is very interesting for burn strategies, and with 3 Book of Moon and 3 Book of Taiyu, we should keep an eye out for this because Zach might be playing it. Big Bang Shot is one of the most powerful equip cards, and we also have Apprentice Magician, which is just another good Flip Magician card. Uh, this could be playable in some form of deck. Onto the Ultras, they're pretty bad in this set. As I mentioned before, we have XYZ Dragon Cannon. Amazoness Swordswoman is kind of funny for a reverse burn, like a reverse battle burn, which is kind of a strange deck that was playable in speed duels, but I don't think really here. Chaos Command Magician is kind of a Monarch, which is interesting. And then we have Breaker. Breaker is undoubtedly one of the strongest cards we have at this point in time. It is removal, and is removal that is on a big body. On to the short prints, nothing really. We have Dimension Jar, which is a card I've never actually seen before, but it's not very good. Ultimate Obedient Fiend would be funny for a Skill Drain Beats style deck, but we don't have Skill Drain yet. Rip My Boy Pigeonholing Book of Spells. Amazoness Fighter is a card that you can play in the Amazoness strategy. I don't know if we have that playable yet, though. Secret Barrel is important for burn strategies later down the line, so we want to keep an eye out for those. Then we have some random cards where this entire set kind of just introduced the Union archetype, and none of them are really good. I mean, some to point out is like the Zombie Tiger the Zombie Tiger and Decay Commander are kind of sort of Spirit Reaper, but worse. The Dark Blade stuff is, I don't think, good at all. Coach Goblin and Giant Orc, or I think this is second Goblin, yes. Giant Orc allow you to do some strange, like, big guy beats, but not really that great. Uh, Burning Beast and Freezing Beast, shout out to Luca, are kind of these weird fire and ice hands, like pseudo cards, but not really all that good. Frontline Base is what makes the Union monsters playable, however. That being said, I don't think that makes it very good. Kaiser Coliseum is a very frustrating card that hopefully we won't have to deal with. Poison of the Old Man is a strange card that might see some play as a pseudo chain beat card when we get to that point. Wave Motion Cannon is a playground staple that we might see play. We have things like Sonic Duck, which might be interesting for normal monster beats, but I doubt we can play that. Some more Amazoness cards. Old Vindictive Magician is very important. This is basically Maneater Bug, but kind of better. We have Royal Magical Library, we have Cliff the Trap Remover, Magical Merchant, and don't forget that we have Magical Scientist in this set. Hopefully Magical Scientist won't be that strong, and since we are playing the advanced ban list, this hopefully shouldn't stick around for too terribly long, but it will be a problem like almost immediately. Mass Driver is good for OTK stuff, especially when we get, or FTK I should say, especially when we get to frogs. My Body as a Shield is a very important card that we want to keep an eye out for. And that is about it. So let's go ahead and get on into our 24 packs of Magician's Force.
All right, so that definitely could have gone better, but losing to Swords of Revealing Light 2 episodes in a row definitely doesn't feel good. But I mean, hey, we got to summon St. Joan and show off a pretty cool deck. So, but I mean, to start off with, we do get 30 packs of Magician's Force. So let's get started here. First pack, let's see what we get. I honestly don't know what I want out of this. There's a lot of really interesting stuff, like Kaiser, and the Amazoness stuff. I honestly think is playable. Wave Motion's also good. We did get a My Body, which I think is probably the best. Breaker is huge, massive. I would love to play that, but I already have an idea of what I'm going to play for today. So I'm not sure if my polls here will make much of a difference, but we will definitely see. That's already our play set of Kaiser. We pulled a Magical Scientist, which is legal for now. Poison of the Old Man could be something to look into. Tiger goes along with the other Amazoness cards, and we got Scientist here. That's our second Scientist. If we could get a third, that'd be huge. I might swap my strategy to a Scientist build, but who knows. Dark Blade is big, like big, big. Dark Core is just a very, very good card. Yeah. What the frick is Tribute Doll? No, thank you. Sonic Duck is also pretty big, so I might consider that. in the strategy that I'm playing today. But who knows? Um, Rivalry. I want to pick up 3 Rivalry. It is a very underrated card, in my opinion. I think that's our playset of Kaiser Coliseum, and Roulette Barrel is a card I want 3 of. I want to eventually make a dice roll slash coin flip deck because I do have 2 Time Wizard as well as 1 Barrel Dragon. Yeah, that's our second rivalry. That's very, very good. I would love to get a play set of that. It's just 1 more. Z Metal Tank. Now, this is a very interesting archetype, but unfortunately, they're all super rares and above. So it's really difficult. Amazonas is big, 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 big. Wave motion again. I think we have 4 now. Magical Merchant is very good. If we go back and do a flip strategy, we could play Old Vindictive and Merchant. Fighter is interesting. That's our playset of Rivalry. That sets us up for the future if we don't play it now. It's a very underrated card. Both of us were actually talking right before I was doing the pack opening, and we both agree that it's an incredibly underrated card that more people should look into in this era. This pack is interesting. I think that's our playset of Deskawala, which is good. I like that card. Ooh, I think that's our second Z, which is unfortunate. I would much rather have a Z and an X, or a Z and a Y. I think that's our playset of Scientist, which is pretty big. Emblem is nice, but it's useless unless we get the XZ is, yeah. Adhesion is not terrible. Uh, and that's our second Dark Blade, I believe. Second or third Dark Blade. I also might consider making a deck with the people running about in the United Force. I think it's like something Revolution or something. Um, if we didn't have a playset of Magical Scientists, we do now. But yeah, if we get enough of the people running about, oppressed people, and all that, I might consider making a uh, a deck around that just because it's fun. Secret Barrel. Now this is a short printed card, so having this is actually pretty big, and it sets us up for quite a few burn strategies in the future. Second Secret Barrel.
Flip them up. Nothing amazing here. Big Bang Shot is cool. I mean, we do get our magical scientist here, so it's nice to know we have that. We got a secret rare. Old Vindictive Magician is unironically better. And oh, I forgot to mention, we have Rivalry of Warlords in this set. This is the first like genuine floodgate we have, except for Gravity Bind and I think L Lab. Here we don't have much, but we do get a secret barrel, so we have one of those. We want to keep our eye out for that. Nothing much in this pack. Nothing much here. So the Oitsu, Soitsu, Doitsu, and Koitsu cards are very stupid. I don't think they're playable at all, but I guess we can keep our eye out for them. There's a DD Crazy Beast. Shout out to Hatch. Just, uh, yet another bad Union card. This might be decent in a like spell counter deck where we're just abusing Breaker and things like not Vindictive, some of the other spell counter cards. Nothing here. Autonomous Action Unit is a kind of like decent card. It's basically a worse premature burial in every way because we pay 15 and we target a card in our opponent's graveyard, but that is still a kind of reborn. We can use it for monarch stuff, etc., etc. There's a magical merchant. Nothing here. I mean, there's a burning beast if we really want to see about playing that. Second crazy beast is interesting. We might be playing a Gaia Power Beats deck today. There's a skilled dark magician. Unfortunately, that will not be playable. There's an apprentice magician and a second old vindictive. That's decent. We're about halfway through. Third DD Crazy Beast. Okay. Sure. I would like to see something else now. Nothing much here. Second autonomous action unit. Physical double, if I'm not mistaken, is essentially a bad battle trick. Yeah, it's a bad battle trick because it does go away during the end phase. There's our first My Body that I've noted, and there's our second Secret Barrel. Nothing here. There's an RML. Maybe we can keep our eye on that. There's our first Desk Koala. I think that's our third Old Vindictive, our third Rivalry, and that might be our first Mass Driver. That might be our second or third Apprentice, and there's a Kaiser Coliseum. There's a Spell Canceller. That is not at all good. Playset of Old Vindictive for sure now. Sure, Dark Magician Girl. Another Big Bang Shot. Third action unit. Magical Marionette. What does this card do? Huh. If it wasn't a level 5, it might be playable. Dramatic Rescue is a card. There's a second RML, I want to say. And last pack. I didn't even realize it was last pack. Yeah. So what did we miss? I'm trying to think here. We got a playset of Old and Addictive. That'll be good for Magician kind of control. All right, so as I said before, the high end in this set isn't that great. Now, we didn't get Breaker, but it's an ultra rare, so you can't really count on getting Breaker. In our rares, we did get one Amazoness Pet Tiger, which I don't think makes the Amazoness strategy playable. We'll have to see the rest of our pool, though. Three Apprentice Magician is kind of cool. However, it doesn't really do a whole lot without Breaker. 3DD Crazy Beast is nice for kind of like Earth Tribal deck. We got only two Secret Barrel, but that's fine. Three Rivalry is good, especially if we want to play any sort of like type tribal deck, I guess you could say, like a Beast Tribal. Only one My Body, two Mass Driver is fine. We didn't get any copies of Wave Motion Cannon, however, which shouldn't be a problem, but let's hope it isn't, right? But otherwise, this is a decent opening. So let's go ahead and add to the collection and get on into the deck edit.
My Body, I think that's actually our second one. I really, really want to get a playset of that. It's just so, so good going into any format, especially with how much removal we have right now. All right. Apprentice Magician isn't awful, but I'd much rather have a different rare. Desk Koala, another Secret Barrel. So we can definitely consider a burn strategy. How about Tribute Doll? Yeah, so not much to talk about here. Only got two Roulette Barrel, only one RML, which kind of sucks. But we got three Paladin and Fighter. Those are the good ones. We did get a playset of Scientist. We only got two My Body, which is a little bit unfortunate. Only one Poison, but we did get playset of Kaiser. We realistically only need one or two, but I'll take it. We also have a playset of Secret and a playset of Rivalry, as well as a playset of Desk Koala and two Darkblade. The Swordswoman and Breaker honestly are amazing. Dimension Wave Motion is a very good card. I don't know what we would go into. Big Bang Shot, I really wish we got more of that, but I'm relatively happy with these. I can't knock a Breaker. Like, these are probably the two best Ultras that we could have gotten, and we got them. Alrighty, I will add this to the collection, and I will see you guys in the deck profile.
And here's the list. Now, this is a deck I will affectionately be calling Magical Union. Now, what is this? Well, it's sort of Apprentice Monarch mixed with the frontline base cards. So the new Union cards have a very powerful continuous spell called Frontline Base, which if you haven't read it, it just lets you special a level 4 or lower Union monster from your hand. Now, when you combine this with the Apprentice Magician to set cards and just kind of float into an advantage, and you have Monarchs to pair with it, it actually does create a semi-coherent strategy. So getting into the card by card, we have 3 Burning Beast and 3 Freezing Beast. If you've never seen these cards before, you can think of them very similarly to the hands from Hat format. However, they are very different. Um, so Burning Beast, when it's equipped to a monster, it gives that monster the ability, when it inflicts battle damage, to pop face-up spells and traps, and Freezing Beast does the exact same, except for face-down spells and traps. So Freezing Beast is the better one because you want to equip it to Burning Beast. However, you need a critical mass of both. And like I said, when you just combine it with Frontline Base, we can do things like Frontline Base into Freezing Beast, sack the Freezing Beast for a Monarch, and then we have a big guy on the field. Speaking of monarchs, we only have 3. I looked into our monarch pool, and at this point in the game, there just really aren't a lot we have access to. Dark Ruler Hades is definitely the best one, but 2 Lesser Fiend is actually really good. So this card just banishes any monster that it destroys by battle, and that's actually a really strong effect in a format where some of the best cards we have are Sangan, Witch, Mystic Tomato, etc. So I think this is going to do very well in this episode. Unfortunately, the next best monarch we have after Lesser Fiend is Twin-Headed Fire Dragon, which is a 6-star 2200 vanilla, which is just not playable in my opinion. Getting on to the more generic cards, we have Exiled Force, Visited Soul Eater, Injection Fairy Lily, Witch of the Black Forest, Sangan, Spirit Reaper, and then we have the magical part of the magical union. So these are the unions, and the magical part is the Apprentice Monarch Magician kind of pseudo engine. So we have 3 Apprentice Magician. When this card is destroyed by battle, just in general, you can special level 2 or lower spellcaster from your deck in face down defense position. Normally, you're going for Old Vindictive Magician, which when it's flipped up, you get to pop a card your opponent controls. So what you can do is you can set this, your opponent runs it over by battle, you summon Old Vindictive, you flip it, you pop the card, and then you can sack it for a Monarch. But we can also get Magician of Faith, which lets us recycle our power spells that we have that Zach doesn't, including our newly acquired Heavy Storm. Along with this, we have Magical Merchant, which is just a good way to get either cards in the graveyard or just a new spell. Now, granted, we don't have a lot of ways to get cards back from the graveyard. It's literally just monster aboard, but still. Into the spells, we have, again, obviously the newly acquired Heavy Storm. We have Dark Hole, Monster Born, Pot of Greed, Light, Swords of Revealing Light, 2 Frontline Base, 1 Book of Moon, and 1 Megamorph. And for traps, we have our 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, Mirror Wall, 3 Raigeki Break, 2 Needle Sealing. This is actually, I think, going to be pretty good because we are going to be setting a lot in this deck. Specifically, we have 8 cards that we're going to be setting, the 3 Apprentice Magician, the 2 Old Vindictive, the 2 Moth, and the 1 Magical Merchant. I did think about playing the 3rd Old Vindictive. I do have 3. However, I just felt like it was too much. And then finally, we have the 1 Trap Dust Shoot. In the side deck, we have 3 Bait Doll in case we come up against a trap strategy. We have 1 Nobleman of Extermination and 1 Spiritualism just as more back row. We have 2 Ordeal of the Traveler. This might come up if Zach is on any kind of tribute decks or anything like that. We have 3 Deity Crazy Beasts. Shout out to Hatch. I don't think this is going to come in at best in this deck. It trades 1 for a 1400 Recruiter, and it blanks a Witch and a Sangan. It essentially does the exact same thing as Lesser Fiend, but it's just a 3-star normal summonable. We have 3 Dragon Capture Jar. Now, I do think by far and away some of the most powerful spell traps we have in this format is the dragon spell traps. Things like Wing Beat of a Giant Dragon, Stamping Destruction, even things like Dragon Rush, just giving all your dragon monsters piercing. Now, we don't have that great of a dragon pool, but I am not going to put it past Zach to actually run it. So that's why these are in here. And finally, the one deck I think we lose to the hardest is a field spell tribal kind of deck. Now, that's why we are siding to Mystic Plasma Zone. It's just kind of the best field spell we have access to. I mean, both Lesser Fiend and Hades are dark, and while boosting Apprentice Magician and Old Vindictive up to 950 and 900 respectively. We also have things like Witch and Sangan and Spirit Reaper that get the boost, so it's not the worst thing to do. But realistically, all we're going to be doing is setting this to destroy our opponent's field spell because we are in a 1 field spell format. So that is how we're going to be dealing with this, and Raigeki Break is the only way we had to deal with a tribal beats kind of deck, which is far and away the strongest deck you can actually be playing right now. It's just I brought that in episode 1, and I don't really think it's right for me to bring it again. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on to the duels and see what Zach brought.
Ugh, is that a good deck? Oh my goodness, what's happening to me? But in all seriousness, this is what we're going to be bringing this week. And this is probably what we should have brought last week, as this entire deck we could have brought, but I just decided to show off Summoner Evolutions instead. But yeah, so unfortunately, since the last episode, something has changed, so we have to change the deck, and that is the August 2003 ban list, which has limited Ring of Destruction. Funnily enough, it also limited Reckless Greed, so I don't think we're going to be seeing that out of our opponent here. But yeah, so we will have to take these two rings out, but fortunately we did manage to get 2 copies of My Body. So we will just slot those in right here, and then the deck looks clean. But yeah, we'll just run through this. This is Big Dragon Beats, and probably the best strategy we have right now. So we got 3 Spear Dragon, very big monster, 1900 and inflicts piercing, just incredibly strong. And because we are playing a Rising Air Current strategy, because all of our big dragons are winds, then it goes up to a solid 24. That is nothing to shake a stick at. And then we got 2 Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. It's a 2k booty, but it's also one of the bigger dragons we have. Unfortunately, our dragon pool is scarce, and all of our big dragons just happen to be Wind, Sands, Blackland, Fire Dragon, which is, shockingly, a Dark. Cave Dragon is terrible, so we're not playing that because it just has too many restrictions on it. And in its stead, we are playing a different thing that can beat over big monsters, and I will go into that later. So we got 3 Spear Dragon, the 2 Dragon Dwelling in the Cave, Winged Dragon because it's honestly big and it's funny, so we might do some psychic damage there. Grey Wing because it goes up to 18 and can attack twice if we discard a card. Spirit Ryu, which can go up to 2k or 25 with the field spell, so that essentially fills the role of Cave Dragon, but only on our turn, unfortunately. So it can go up to 25 to beat over big monsters, and it just has less restrictions on it. Then we got 3 Flying Kamakiri. Our recruiter pool is insane, and I'm very fortunate that we got all of these. It just gives us flexibility to play more decks, and the 3 Kamakiri is huge. I am very fortunate that we have the recruiter pool that we have, and I am going to be utilizing it as much as I can. Next, we have Winged Sage Falcos. This is like a Yada, but bad, but big. So I guess it sort of evens out. What it does is when it destroys an opponent's face-up attack position monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you stack that monster to the top of the deck. So it basically just blanks a draw phase. And so this paired with Spear Dragon is a doomed if you do, doomed if you don't type of scenario, where if they put it in attack, then they get locked out of the game, and if they put it in defense, then they just get beaten down by Spear Dragon. And then we have Witch of the Black Forest, which can search out our entire deck except for Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. This is the only non-wind we have in the deck. We did manage to pull a few cards that I was considering using, such as Breaker, but I opted not to play it simply because the wind utility is so much stronger, and we are playing a specific card in our extra deck not in our extra deck, in our side deck, that I feel would conflict with cards such as those. So yeah, we got that one Witch, and then we have Garuda. I wish we had more copies, but we only pulled one, because it is a free special summon by banishing one wind monster. And during our opponent's end phase, we can target one face-up monster they control and change its battle position. So it essentially gives us flexibility and utility, as well as allowing us to swarm the field. It's a very good card, and I wish we had more copies of it. Then we have 3 copies of Rising Air Currents. Now this card is just make monsters big. Make big attack position boys. Then we got 2 Terraforming to search out the Rising Air Currents, Cold Wave to stop our opponent from interacting with us, then Stamping Destruction to stop our opponent from interacting with us, My Body to stop our opponent from interacting with us, Dragon's Bead as sort of a third copy of My Body. It just stops our opponent from targeting us with trap cards. So essentially it stops Raigeki Break exactly. Then we have Burst Breath, which is essentially tribute 1 dragon, Raigeki the whole board, because all of our dragons will be exceptionally big because it's the amount that it had on the field. So if we tribute something like a Spear Dragon, then that just wipes the whole board. And we can also just normal summon Spirit Ryu, activate its effect in damage, beat over a big thing, and then before we end battle, Burst Breath, break the entire board, and then everything's gone. Then we got one ring, which we could play the set more because we have 4 copies, but unfortunately the TCG ban list does exist and we agreed to use that. Then we have 2 bottomless just to get rid of any big boys, 7 tools just to stop him from using any traps, and dust shoot because this card is broken and we will play it as much as we can until it is limited. Now, these first 3 cards in the side deck are more of a conversation. I am not going to be playing these and I will explain why. These are going to be 3 copies of Fissure. But Wingbeat is an exceptionally strong card. It's Heavy Storm by returning 1 level 5 or higher dragon. It's not worth it if it takes a 2 tribute dragon. And the only 1 tribute dragons we have are Kiryu, which has a terrible union effect, so it's not worth playing, or considering with its effect in mind. It's essentially just a 2k vanilla. And we already have that with Spirit Ryu. And then Crawling Dragon, which is just small and bad. And also, neither of these is a win, so they don't get the buff from Rising Air Currents. So I just don't think that it's worth playing Wingbeat, which is incredibly sad because it's a very, very strong card. So yeah, that will be 3 copies of Fissure. We will just throw these in here. Then we got 3 Book, just spot removal. Same with Fissure, spot removal. Trying to stop our opponent from interacting with us, trying to stop our opponent from interacting with us, trying to stop our opponent from interacting with us, trying to stop our opponent from playing. So if he is insistent on playing a Monster Mash style strategy, kind of like what he did last episode, with just a bunch of good stuff, I will put Rivalry in, regardless of whether or not I'm going first or second, flip this sucker, and then we just win the game. And funnily enough, we can, if we just have 1 Flying Kamakiri, I will still just set the Rivalry. Same thing with Witch. If we just have any of our searchers / recruiters, then we will just set those, set Rivalry, and then if he tries to do something, we can activate Rivalry and still play under Rivalry because these will go to grave and then summon out or search. So we can still go into our big boy dragons and swarm the field and control the game that way. But yes, this is a very solid deck. I really hope that we can catch a win because I do not want to go to the banning. But anyways, I will catch you guys in the duel.
And here we are in the games. All right, Zach, you might be on the cusp of a banning. How do you feel?
Cannot lose. I was playing fun decks before. I will refuse to do that. I'm now here for blood. Good luck.
All right. Anyways, let's go. Let's go. Let's get straight into it. Oh, we got the
Oh,
rocks. Oh.
oh,
Oh.
hey.
All right. Let's go. I think this is the first RPS you've won.
Yeah. Here's the real question: do I want to go first or second? I'll go.
That sounds correct.
Ooh,
Draw
okay.
your card.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
Stand by into the main phase.
Yep.
I will start by activating Terraform,
Yep.
a card you definitely wish you had. I'll add Rising Air Currents.
Yep.
I will normal Flying Kamakiri. I'll activate the Air Currents.
Wow.
So this goes up to 18 and 500.
Yep.
I will set 2, and you're good to go.
All right. Draw phase. Draw for turn. Standby. Do you have anything?
I wish I had something.
Yeah, that would be like the craziest opening hand. All right. Main
This is
phase.
not a good opener for this deck.
Really? You've got an
Yes.
1800 Kamakiri. Actually, it's supposed to be 19.
Oh, thanks
You're,
for noticing.
yeah, you're welcome. I'm just doing you so many favors. We are going to set 3 and pass the turn.
Okay. Standby main.
Yep.
What am I scared of? So Spirit Reaper would kind of suck, but I think you only have 1 of those. Yeah, screw it. I'll Yeah, I'll just summon out Winged Sage Falcos.
What the fuck is this? Okay. Huh.
It's like
Okay,
Yada,
sure.
but bad, but also 23. Is it 23? No, I think it's 22.
Okay
Yes,
then.
22. I could math today, I swear. I'll go battle here,
Yep.
and I'll swing in with Kamakiri.
Alright, so it is Apprentice Magician, so I'll get Apprentice Magician's effect.
All right.
I will special in face down defense position an old Vindictive Magician.
Hmm.
Now, would you like to hit the old Vindictive Magician?
As much as I wish I could not, I am going to.
Alright, I will get the effect and I will. This is so bad. I am going to destroy your Kamakiri.
Thinking here.
He has my body, chat. He has my body.
Yeah,
He
body
has
it.
it. God damn it, I think I just lose here.
I'll go main two,
Yep.
and I'll set a card playing around Imperm, and I'll pass to you.
Sure. Draw face, draw for turn. Ooh, okay. That is. Okay. This is very funny. Not good in the slightest, but very, very funny. Um, I'm gonna activate Reborn, targeting Apprentice Magician.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Uh, I will. Do you have anything here?
Nope. You can activate the effect to place a spell counter on something.
An appropriate target, which there is not one. Um, well, I guess I could place it on anything, but I'm not going to use the
It
effect.
is mandatory.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's mandatory, then I'll just place it on itself. It's not going to matter. I'm going to set a monster.
Okay.
Anything here?
Nope.
Needle Sealing? Am I just dead? I think I'm just dead. Oh god, that's the most valuable seven tools ever. Oh
Do you want
shit.
to crash with your apprentice so I don't stack it to the top of your deck with winged sage?
No, because like drawing apprentices might be like actively good for me.
That's fair.
um yeah, we're just gonna pass turn here. There's nothing else I can do.
All right, I'll draw. Stand by into the main phase.
Yep.
If DB will catch up. There it is. All right. I will just go battle here.
Sure.
It's correct to do this first.
This is gonna go to the top of my deck, and I will take 16. No, 18.
Hold on. I don't know if I want to put it on top.
Oh, it's
No, I'm putting it
optional?
on. I'm putting it on top of the deck. Yes, it is optional, but
Okay.
I want it on top of the deck.
Alright, that's crazy. Alright, anyway.
And then I'll swing in with Kamakiri.
Alright, it is Moth, so I'll activate Moth effect.
Ooh, get the reborn.
Any response?
No,
Alright, add Reborn back.
I don't think we have anything that can interact in that with that. And then here I'll set and your go.
I'll set a card. Could be anything. Now, Zach, I
Literally,
need you to understand. It could be literally anything.
you're
Alright.
killing me. Literally.
Gosh, what do we do? Yeah, I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Stand by me.
Oh, wait, I forgot. I'm stupid.
Oh, anything in standby or anything?
No, I just realized I totally missed the Apprentice Magician effect. It's just when it's destroyed. It's not when it's like flipped.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I totally missed that.
Um,
Whatever. You know what? No, we were playing around like we were playing around Rush recklessly.
yes, exactly.
Yep.
Hold on, I need to look up the old card text. Need to see if I can do a thing, because if I can, that's hilarious, and I will do so gladly. Yep, I can do that. Sick. Are you ready for the ultimate play of destruction?
Yes, I suppose I am.
I will flip summon witch.
Okay.
I'll activate ring targeting witch.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're gonna rod the witch. Yeah, so we'll both take 11 here.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll declare witch.
Yep. Witch effect is good.
And I will add from my deck to my hand Spear Dragon.
I'm good. Yeah.
Now I'll normal Spear Dragon.
Normaling Spear Dragon is
I'll go battle. I'll swing in with Spear Dragon.
fine. Thinking here. On attack declaration, I'm gonna write Geki Break this Spear Dragon. I'll pitch Monster Reborn to the graveyard.
Alright. I will swing in with Tamakiri.
I will trigger Apprentice Magician.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now here's the difficult part. Is I can get this. Yeah, this is just correct. I will special Vindictive in defense, or in face down defense position.
I'll just swing in with Falcos.
I will attempt to pop. Would you like to
It'll go to
stack?
grave.
Let's see. When this card destroys an
I
attack.
would not like to stack that.
Sure.
And it's only an attack, a face-up attack position.
Ah, okay. Yep, so.
Main 2,
Yep.
your go.
Draw phase, draw for turn, and that is not what I wanted to see.
A little bit different when I play a good deck, isn't it?
Slightly. Standby main.
Mm-hmm.
What's the draw that does it?
Oh, he has Pot of Greed. Oh no.
Yeah, we are going to. We're just gonna pass the turn.
Oh. Standby main.
Yep.
I'll swing out another Falco.
Yep.
And then I'll swing for 22 and 19.
I will attempt to take it all. Okay.
And you're good to go.
Well, at least your ring is gone. Draw face. Draw. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I'll swear if you dark hole me. I'll swear.
Standby main. No, it is much funnier than Dark Hole. I will proceed to activate Frontline Base.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
I will use the effect of Frontline Base to special summon Burning Beast in attack position.
Sure.
And then I'll just sack it for Lesser Fiend.
Oh, you're so boring.
Yeah, it's especially boring when I equip it with Megamorph.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Bad, bad, bad.
I'll go to
So
battle
bad.
phase. I will attack into your flying Kamakiri, and when it destroys a monster by battle, it banishes it. So it's
Banished,
gonna blank the Kamakiri.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
How much are you taking out? This is it was 42 and a 19. How much is that? 2,300.
Well,
So you are not dead next turn. with
Mm-hmm.
Falcos. However, you are very fucking close. Any monster off the top does it. Yep, that seems correct.
I have so many draws that do it. I have so many draws that do it too, and that's the hard part.
I am not at all phased by a winged Falcos. Yeah, we will just proceed to battle phase, and I'll attack your. Okay, look at the. If the face down is Old Vindictive Magician, that does it, but you're on Wind Tribal. There's no way you're on Old Vindictive. Yep, that's what I figured. Go ahead.
Um, so you're just using frontline base as a way to tribute things.
Pretty much. Okay. We will frontline base effect to special summon Burning Beast.
Okay.
I'll sack it for Dark Ruler Hades.
I swear, my guy. No, 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 no.
Alright,
If I lose
so
this,
we don't
I
really
will be
have
really.
to do that much battle phase. I'll attack
Mm-hmm.
Hades into your face down so it negates the effects.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll fiend into Winged Falcos. Go ahead.
I am so upset.
I feel you, brother.
Megamorph. I am.
Megamorph
Oh my
on
goodness.
Lesser Fee.
How many times have I lost to Ellaby so far?
Uh,
Ellaby exactly.
I think quite a few.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start with terraforming.
Yep.
I'll add
Yep.
rising air current.
See, I was even talking about it in the deck profile. It's like if he is playing a like element tribal deck, like based around the field spells, because like you actually have like three terraforming and genuine field spells. Like I don't have those. So it puts you in a much better position. Like, look at this. This is a 1800 attack monster that can attack twice if you pitch a card.
Yep.
That's insane. We'll draw
The
phase, draw for
dragons
turn.
honestly are not terrible, and they're all wins, which is crazy.
Yep. I'll be honest. So I was talking about in the deck profiles like he might be playing dragon and he might be playing like element tribal, but I did not think you were going to be
It's
playing
both.
both. I,
It's
I
literally
genuinely did
both.
not think you were going to be playing both. Anyway, standby. Do you have anything?
No.
Okay. Main phase. I will activate Pot of Greed.
Oh my god.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Draw
Yeah.
cards. All right.
Not happy about it, but yeah.
And then we are just going to set the mother hecking fort, my guy.
No, 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 no. That's not fun like that.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw.
Yep.
Stand by me.
Mm-hmm.
All destruction this one.
That one? Sure. It is Ordeal of the Traveler. And
Let's
then I'll
just do
take 500.
okay. Um, I'll swing out spear.
Yeah.
I'll go battle,
Yeah.
and I'll swing into the face down.
Thinking here. I mean, we'll activate Ordeal on attack declaration.
Okay. So I choose one random card, call the type,
Yep.
call it wrong, return the attacking monster. I'll do this one, and I will call monster.
It is a monster. So
Ooh, let's go.
I'm going to take an amount of damage, but not before I get my Magician of Faith effect.
Grab back Pot of Greed. Oh, I'm so upset.
To hand, and then we will shuffle up and go ahead.
Uh, I'll swing in with gray, I guess,
Sure.
and then I'll target this one. And I'll call Spell.
It is a monster. That's going back to your hand.
Dang. Okay. Okay. I'll just go main and I'll pass.
Don't forget your Spear Dragon goes to defense.
Oh, right. Yeah.
All right. Draw phase, draw for turn, and stand by main. You know this is
Hmm.
coming. So,
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
all right. Now then, we're gonna set. We're gonna set. And we're gonna run out. We'll run out the burning beast that you know about.
Mhm. I will. I'm a bottomless this.
You're gonna bottomless this. Hmm. That's fine. Yep. Go ahead.
That's not what I needed. I'll switch this to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I just have to push for damage. I'll swing out gray, and
Sure.
then I will declare pitching.
Yep.
I'll go battle, and I'll do this. I'll select this and call monster.
Thinking here. So on attack declaration, I am actually just gonna Raigeki break this.
I will 7 tools that. Oh, and also discard for cost.
Yeah. Shit. I will discard this lesser fiend to the graveyard.
Okay.
So then, still on attack deck. I didn't want to have to do this. I'll activate a second Raigeki break targeting.
Cost.
Discard Dark Ruler Hades.
Okay. That'll go to the grave. I think I am fine just chilling. Big boy spear dragon, so I'll pass.
Sure. Draw phase, draw for turn. Yeah. We will normal summon a burning beast.
Okay.
I will go to battle phase.
Ooh, I'm gonna get damage stepped.
Not quite. I'll attack, and then on attack declaration, I'll book your spear dragon.
Ooh, that is fine. Yeah.
I did
And
not
then
want to
this will go
waste a
to
book,
grave.
but yeah. I did not want to waste a book on that, but I had to. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Stand by main.
Mm-hmm.
I'll run out of Falcos.
Shit, yeah.
I'll go battle.
Yep.
I'll attack in and I'll call monster.
It is a monster.
Sweet.
I'll take
And I will
7.
I will stack that to the top.
Sure. So this is going to go to the top of the deck. And
I'll pass here.
I'll
Oh,
take
also it was
700.
7, yeah.
I have to put you on. You don't have a monster. I'll just pass.
Buddy, you should not have done that.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah.
Ordeal was not quite. Game 3. I will go first. It's hard to think
Alrighty.
that I lost in a game where I resolved Pot of Greed twice. But I did.
That's very
Draw
fair.
phase, I will draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
I will set 1. And you know what? I just have to pass there.
Okay, I'll draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by into the main phase.
Yep.
I will go terraforming here.
Yep,
What are you gonna do? Freaking ash me?
I wish.
I'll activate currents.
Mm-hmm.
I'll swing out a Kamakiri.
Yep.
I will go battle and swing in for 19.
I don't like it, but I am gonna Raigeki break this.
Ooh, cost.
Cost is going to be this Magician of Faith.
I can't think I can let this tempo, so I'm gonna.
Fair trade, honestly.
I will go main 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I will set 1 and swing it to you.
Sure. Draw face, draw for turn. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I mean, let's do this. Okay, well, what have I seen out of you? I've seen Ring. I've seen Seven Tools. I have to imagine you're on your Magic Drain, Magic Jammer stuff.
Could be literally anything. I have a lot of counter traps.
We're gonna bait all this.
All right, it is a fissure.
Fissure. Okay. That's. I don't like the fact that I know that now, but I know that now. Alright, so this gets
So it
shuffled
gets
back
set
into.
back, correct?
Yep, it'll get set back down, and then I shuffle the deck. Or I shuffle the bait doll back into deck. Yeah, we'll activate Pot of Green.
Yeah, fine, sure, yeah. I wish I had this card. I wish I had it so bad.
Yeah, I bet. All right, this is going to be one of the worst trade deals in the history of trade deals ever. But remember what I got last episode for winning?
Relinquished? Or
No,
no, you got a swap.
I know I got a super rare wild card,
Oh, super wild. Okay.
and I'm about to resolve it here because I picked up Heavy Storm.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm gonna normal summon Burning Beast.
Uh-huh.
I will go to the battle phase and I will hit over your Kamakiri for
Okay.
100 big ones.
I will take the 100, and then I will come.
Yep, get your Kamakiri search.
Question is, what do I want? I think I have to just go for
That makes sense.
this boy.
I will, second main, I'll set 2 cards
2.
and I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Stand by main.
Yep,
I will activate currents,
sure.
and then I'll just go battle and swing.
On attack declaration.
Are you gonna battle trick me?
Worse. I will activate Dragon Capture Jar.
What the fuck?
Oh, I knew that Dragon Tribal was a deck. I just didn't think you'd bring it.
Fine. I will set 1 and pass.
Alright, draw phase, draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what to do. I'll set another card. I feel like this is a Kamakiri.
Could
And
be
if it's a
literally anything.
Kamakiri, I'm just not gonna swing into it. I'm just not playing your games, my guy. What are you waiting to draw? I don't think you have. I think the only back row that you have that deals with face up things is spiritualism. So I think you're just hoping to draw a spiritualism, maybe. But I can't even imagine you sided him in. You didn't see anything that you really need to deal with on my side of the field, except for maybe ordeal. Um, I'm just thinking if I even go battle phase and hit over your winged dragon. I don't think there's anything that makes this a bad idea. So yeah, I'll just hit over.
But it's a dragon commonly found guarding mountain fortresses. Why would you do such a thing?
Its signature attack is sweeping dive from out of the blue. Yeah, go
It
ahead.
would have sweeping dived, but you fricking
I nuked
grounded
it.
it. I will just um yeah, I'll swing out a Kamakiri.
Yeah,
And then I'll go battle and I'll swing over the burning.
I'll take the 400. I don't like
And you're good
taking
to
the
go.
400, but I'll take it. I'll set a card and I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Stand by me.
Mm-hmm.
I will flip witch and then go battle.
Yeah.
I'll swing in with Kamakiri.
I will get my witch search, and then I'll take
Okay.
11 off of witch.
I will go main 2. I will set 1, and you're good to go. Of course, after you get your witch search.
Yep. All right. See, here's where I'm just like not enjoying witch right now. Um, I'm gonna
You mean the
add.
better Sangan?
I know, right? Yeah. I'm gonna add apprentice monarch or apprentice magician to my hand. I'll start the
Okay.
turn. I'll bait doll your back row.
Ooh, okay. It will go to grave. It's a burst breath.
Oh Jesus Christ! Do you have any others that you need? Oh no, this is an extermination. My bad.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, like, what? Have I been reading Bait Doll the wrong
Oh wait,
way
hold
the
on.
whole time?
Oh gosh, you barely lucked out. That would have been like met activation. All right, so we'll set a card. Could be
What do you
anything.
mean?
So Beetle makes
Oh,
the
right,
card
yeah.
meet activation. So if you had a dragon on field, you would
Yeah,
have actually had to tribute it for nothing.
that's true. That's true.
I'll pass the turn there.
I will draw.
Yep.
Stand by main.
Yep.
What am I scared of? So you have that, and that just flips
Oh
into
wait,
that,
Beetle
which
goes
is
back
one
into
point.
the deck. By the way, is it mandatory?
Yeah.
It is, so it'll go back into the deck.
Um. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing in with Witch.
It's a Apprentice Magician. I'll get the effect.
Yep.
I will special Old Vindictive in defense
Mhm.
position. Or would I like to? Yes,
I
I
think you
do.
should special summon something else.
Um,
I'll swing
yeah,
in with Kama.
I'll pop your Kamakiri.
Hmm. I will go main 2, and I'll pass.
That isn't terrible. Hmm, it's not great
I
either.
can't believe you had Dragon Capture in the side.
I was saying, I like just because of the spell and traps. I think Dragon Capture Jar was like worth manning. It was a last minute include, just because like this is like if it comes up, it will be hilarious, and it came up.
I'm
Yeah.
finding it frustrating. I didn't find my floodgate.
Oh, okay. So there's like a big problem I'm having right now, and it's
Getting
called
spell
Witch of the.
trap flooded.
No, it's called Witch of the Black Forest.
Come on, Raigeki break it. It's not that hard. You just Raigeki break.
Is that worth it? It doesn't really seem to be worth it, but it's kind of worth it. I'll. Activate Monster Reborn, targeting Witch,
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
and then just
Crash.
crash the witches. Yeah, and then chainlink one witch, chainlink two witch.
Mm-hmm.
You resolve yours first, thankfully.
Mm-hmm. I'll add to hand a Falcos.
Seems pretty good with your current board state.
Yeah, not being able to friggin' get out Spear Dragon and beat you to death.
That is the problem. We're just gonna add Sandgan to hand.
Sure, yeah, fine.
Seems like a decent one, right? Go
Uh-huh.
ahead.
I'll draw. Stand by main.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just run out Falcos.
Yep.
And then I'll swing in.
I'll take the 22.
All right, I'll pass there.
Not looking good for me. Um, it's still not looking good, but this does kind of do it. Stand by main. I'll normal
Mm-hmm.
summon Bazu.
God.
I'll Bazoo effect, banishing Old Vindictive, Apprentice, and Burning Beast
Mm-hmm.
to put
That'll
it up
leave
to
you on 2.
25.
Okay. That's annoying.
I'll battle phase and I'll kill your Falcos.
I'll take the 3.
Yeah. And then this lasts until the end of the opponent's turn. God, Bazoo is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Main 2, pass.
Okay, I'll draw.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by main.
Yep.
I will normal summon another Falcos.
Jeez, yeah.
And then I will set 1 and pass.
Sure. Draw phase, draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by main. I'm gonna bait doll the back row. Also, this is gonna go down. Rivalry. Oh, shitamoli. Okay. I'm locked into
Tribal not
beasts.
looking so bad now, is it?
When you're locked into wing beast, it doesn't look terrible.
I don't know. There's some good stuff.
All right. Shit. Yeah, that's good.
Bazoo is
It's a beast. Yeah, it'll go down. Oh gosh. Top of deck, and then shuffle, and then so this is gonna go down. But I will just. Oh gosh, I don't even clear it anymore. Shit.
you can crash, and then I'll stack the Bazoo.
That is something you could do. So it's gonna go down to 1600, and I could in fact do that. Yeah, I think we have to. I will do that. I'll banish the moth and the witch, and I will put Bazu up to 22,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll crash.
I will opt to stack it.
Sure, top deck. Second main set, and go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw.
Yep.
Stand by main.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question.
Yep.
If I activate this, can I then normal summon? Whoops. Can I then normal summon this?
Uh, yeah. It doesn't like
And it
shut
not
off
go to
cold.
defense?
It doesn't shut off the cards. It just they can't be activated,
Hmm.
so it doesn't shut them
Okay.
off. So the rivalry and the dragon capture dart will still be active.
Okay. Okay. I will. So this will still go to defense.
Yeah.
I'll just pass there then.
Sure. Draw for turn could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
you out of Falcos. You're not out of Falcos, but you're on one card, and I'm on more than that.
I mean, it's almost like you had freaking Reborn, Pot,
Yeah,
Heavy.
it's almost like I resolved a couple DM staples. Anyways, I'll flip up Sandgan.
Okay.
Um, I'll go battle and I'll kill the Spear Dragon.
Mhm.
Second main, I will set a card and I'll pass the turn.
Okay, I'll draw.
Yep,
Thank goodness. Standby, main.
yep,
I will normal, and it'll go to defense,
yep.
and then I will pop it.
With what?
Sorry, this.
Ah, so you're stamping destructioning me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take the 500.
More
See how it
importantly,
hurts.
it'll get destroyed.
Yes, it will destroy the Dragon Capture Jar.
I'm in a little bit of a pickle, though.
Standby main. All right, so this.
Luckily, you probably can't flip up your face down.
No, but I can do something even funnier. I'm gonna set a card. Needle Ceiling?
That's upsetting.
I'll trigger Sangan.
Uh-huh.
What do we want? The world is my literal oyster. Um, oh man, it's so tough to decide because
Everything's just too good.
yeah, it kind of is. That is kind of like the problem I'm having.
I've been sitting on a freaking Dragon Capture Jar for the last 12 turns, so I'm trying to do some catch up.
That you have been in fact doing that. Okay, so I have one play that's like funny as all shit because it lets me get out from underneath your stuff. Um, but I just don't feel like doing it. No, I have to. I will grab Moth to hand.
So you can add back freaking Reborn or Pot of Greed or some BS.
Possibly.
Or Heavy. No, 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 no.
uh, un-
That's so bad.
Unfortunately, I did have to set this turn. But what I can do is I can get some damage in. Is that worth? You're on like you are on top deck mode. Um, what's like the only thing that's bad for me is you top deck Kamakiri or Spear Dragon. I know you have three Kamakiri. Top decking Spear Dragon's not 100% likely. Oh man, this is like a
It
tough
is
decision.
also common knowledge that I have 3 spears.
Yeah. So it just like doesn't really matter is the funny thing. I will flip. Well, I'll flip up Freezing Beasts. I'll go to battle phase and I'll attack direct for 15.
I'll take the 15.
Second main, your turn. Go ahead. Draw. Oh, buddy. Oh yeah, my bad. This okay. Standby main. I will set a card. I'll go to battle phase and I'll attack direct. Yep. Go ahead.
The entire deck is monsters. I'll
I'll set and battle. I'll hit.
I'm not dead next turn, which is thank the Lord. That saved me.
That does appear to have saved you.
I swear. I swear. Anything on summon?
Nothing on summon, unfortunately.
Okay. So if I attack into the face down, will it trigger its effect
If it is a
on
flip
summon?
monster, yes, because it's still flipped.
Okay.
Actually,
That's annoying.
that's actually a good question. Hold on, let's look this up. get the effects of cards that are needed to be destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. Because they aren't sent to the graveyard by battle, they're sent by the trap effects, but flip effects will still activate.
Hmm.
All right, so we did determine that the flip effect will still activate if I'm rivalry locked. So
Hmm.
good to know here.
Okay, this is a bit of a pickle. I will go battle,
Sure.
and I will swing into this card here.
You swing into that one. Interesting. Yeah, let's have needle feeling.
That
He's thinking about it. He could my body, but then he puts himself on 100 whole life points. You've already
I
you haven't used
so
your seven
I
tools.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I cannot go to the banning, so I will force a game four.
Hold on, hold on. Um, this sucks, but no, you will not. I'll Raigeki break it instead.
Oh,
I'll pitch
you.
Spirit Reaper.
Hmm.
uh,
All power.
this is so unbelievably
And then
close.
this is gone too.
Yes, this is gone. And
Which
this
lets you
will
put.
just probably be the end of the game. I will flip summon Moth.
Yep, and then Moth effects grab
Moth
that
grab heavy
freaking.
and then flip summon Bazoo. It's just game.
Hmm. Gosh,
That was so close. Oh my
I'm
god.
so upset.
All right,
The worst
so
part, I could have brought this deck last episode,
yes, you could
but
have.
I opted not to.
Mhm.
And oh my goodness, sitting under Dragon Capture Jar is so rough.
Yeah, it is. I was okay. So I've had this dragon capture jar in my hand for about 3 or 4 turns, but I just elected not to set it because I knew I was gonna moth, try to heavy. So it was like if I moth and I heavy and I have this dragon capture jar set, I have no follow up. So I just held it.
Hmm. I
Um,
cited an extra spell trap removal, but I didn't see it. 3 bait dolls, but I saw none of them. Meanwhile, you saw it thrice this freaking game.
yeah. Um, I think
It's not like I had too many monsters or anything. I just wasn't able to see them.
yeah. No, that is very true. So I was sitting on double needle sealing from the beginning, and I only played the two of them. So that was just really unfortunate. And the entire thing was there was a point there where you had Kamakiri and a set, and I had a set, and I think it was oh god, what was I think it was Burning Beast or something. And I was just like, I could needle sealing this, and I would blank the Kamakiri effect, but then I just kind of lose to if that set monster was like a real card, like if it was just a spear dragon you set as a bluff or something, or even if it was a winged dragon, guardian of the fortress. Um, I think I just lost there. So I
Hmm.
didn't flip the needle ceiling, and then when you just kept because like my thought process was right is um, you were going to Kamakiri into the Burning Beast, and then in the next turn, you would flip up whatever that card was, and you'd summon another guy and push for damage. And then
Hmm.
at that point, that's the juiciest needle sealing ever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Gosh, I'm a little bit upset because you opened pot both games 2 and 3, and then
yeah,
you also had Reborn both games 2 and 3.
yeah. I think
Like,
and so I think the important thing to take away from is just how strong Magician of Faith is. Like this
mhm.
card is just so incredible, and the fact that I have multiple
I only
means
have
that
one. Yeah.
yeah, like the fact that like even you having one is still insane, right? Because in sealed environments, you're not guaranteed any of this.
Mhm.
But
I
no,
mean,
let's
it's also that
let's
my spell pool is significantly worse than yours, so it's not like I can cycle a ton.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you can just cycle Pot of
I
Greed
can
at the
cycle
very
pot, I
least.
can cycle swords, I can cycle
And
heavy
now that you have
now.
heavy as well, like
Yeah. So yeah, let's. So we can talk about yours in just a second, but yeah, let's talk about Heavy Storm because this was probably the breakout card for today. So we talked about it a little bit after the end of last episode, um, because we were talking about like with the super wild card and with the way we do wild cards, I can pull anything from LOB because we go by episode. That way, when we open up these side sets along with the core sets, it's not as confusing. And we were talking about it, and you were on the giant Trunade hype. And while giant Trunade stays longer, like consecutively for legal, Heavy Storm is actually legal for more formats because it goes to banned and then it comes back off of banned in like
when
hat
Crunade
format.
gets banned.
Yeah, when Trunade gets banned, Heavy Storm comes back, and it's like around like hat format, I want to say, where this comes back to being legal. And I just
I
looked
think
at
it's
that and I was like, even if this puts a giant target on my back, right? Because I was like, I either pull Heavy Storm, I pull the third copy of Rat, or the third copy of Tomato. And I
mhm.
was thinking about it's like Rat and Tomato slot into a lot of decks, like individually, but Heavy Storm
Yeah.
slots into any deck. Like no matter what deck I'm playing, this is always the 39th card.
Mhm.
So that this is why I picked it. But no, let's talk about the Dragon Tribe because I was talking about it in the deck profile where I was like, I think the 500 field spells, right? The attribute tribal, the elemental tribal uh, decks are by far the strongest decks you can be playing right now.
Yeah.
Just because it makes everything so strong. Like yours, Winged Falcos was 2200. Your Spear Dragons were 24. It was literally just normal summoning a Monarch every turn.
Yeah.
And then when you combine it with the Dragon Rush cards, the Burst Breaths, the Stamping Destructions, the Wing Beat of the Giant Dragon, which you're not playing because you're only playing level fours, but and
Yeah.
then
I mean,
Grey Wing.
there is a
Grey Wing
reason
was
for that.
insane. Like I was
Grey Wing is,
terrified of
is
this
actually
thing.
pretty good.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
also teched in friggin' Spirit Ryu because with the field spell, I can just buff it up to 25.
yeah, that you can. That is yeah. Spirit Ryu is crazy. That goes up to 25. Grey Wing is just 3600 points of damage.
I didn't get to see it, but this is a free special, and it
What?
can like
Oh
I
yeah,
can
Wind
change
Spirit
things
Garuda.
to can change things battle position.
Yeah, the only
So
thing
I
that I
can
feel like, I mean, it because like the rivalry of warlords there, it was hurting me like a lot because none of my stuff is same type or attribute. But it was also hurting you because like if you summon out Kamakiri, you are locked into insects. You can't summon any of your dragons. If you summon out
well
your dragons,
well
you can't summon
Kamakiri is actually
Falco.
interesting because it goes to and then it specials.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's the theory behind rivalries is I can still play under it.
Yeah.
And I have enough just with Falcos as well as Garuda. I have enough to just Wing Beast to just play either Wing Beast or under that. Meanwhile, it hurts you just a ton.
Yeah, it does. Because like when I saw the field spell, I was like, okay, one of my like outs is to get a freezing beast equipped with a burning beast. If I do that, then I can just clear your field spells just by doing battle damage. But it's also kind of like if you have the field spell up, I should never be able to do battle damage with these guys because they don't boost each other up
Yeah,
by attack. And you kind of you did suss out what I was doing when you saw the burning beast. Um, so it looks like I sided it. No, I've kept one in. So I called this deck. I call it Magical Union because it's basically Apprentice Monarch, using
hmm
Apprentice Magician to gain advantage with both Old Vindictive and Moth, and then you can just like sack the like if I go first and set Apprentice, you can kill the Apprentice. I set Old Vindictive, flip Old Vindictive, and then I can just sack it for something like a Lesser Fiend.
yeah.
And the
And I
same is
was
yeah, and the same is kind of true
I
with frontline base, where yeah,
I
as you saw.
was considering a deck very similar to this, but instead of frontline base using jam breeding.
Yeah,
But the problem is I only have one lesser fiend,
mm.
so
I only
it's
have two.
just
Yeah, but this
I don't
Lesser
know if
Fiend
it's
is
worth it
such a
because that's
strong
like the
card.
only. it's such a good card, but you also have Hades, and I don't have Hades.
Yeah, no,
Um,
Hades is like
it's a house.
it is far and away the best monarch we have up until like I want to say Thestalos is like
Hmm.
no, I think we get so I think the monarchs are Zaborg, then Grandmark, then Thestalos. I want to say that's correct. I think I sided Hades out of this one because that second game I just saw too many big guys too quickly, and I
Yeah,
needed just room for the dragon capture jars. Because like I said, I was talking about it in the deck edit. I was like, if I run into field spell tribal, I do not have an easy way out of it. It's like I need to draw my own uh, mystic plasma zone. Like I was citing two of these just to set and destroy your field spell. I had to waste a Raigeki break to hit the field spell, or I needed to, like I said, do something with freezing and burning beast, which just was not going to happen. Um, so, yeah, DM Staples, do it again.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's been 3 episodes, and I honestly like. I'm doing even more catch up now that you have heavy. Like
Yeah,
realistically, you have Dark Hole, you have two swords, you have Pot of Greed, Reborn, as well as now heavy. So and Megamorph. So it's just all of these are crucial spells that I am lacking in my pool. And while I did for one episode get um
you got three ring, but you only got to keep
three
it.
ring,
Yeah, you.
but it's at one now. So I don't know exactly how my pool is going to catch up. I think in the long run I will be better off just because my recruit pool is so much stronger than yours.
Yep, your
But for
recruiter
right
pool is
now,
stronger. Yeah, but
where basically the only attributes worth playing are like in a monster mash style deck is rat and friggin' tomato.
yep. And then like,
Because
yeah,
unless you're playing a tribal, where the only good tribal at this point is probably wind or dark, you can't really do anything else. And you have two of each tomato and rat, so it's just I have no rat and I can't do anything with that.
yeah. Now, okay. So remind me, do you only have one terraforming, or did you pull multiples?
I have a playset. I pulled
Okay.
five.
Yeah.
I sided one out because both games two and also in game three, um, I was getting too many rising air currents in my hand.
Gotcha.
Um, while it did come up because you did have heavy,
Mhm.
um, I was only playing two in the deck, just two terraforming, just because I feel like while it is good to have I personally do not believe that you need three terraforming for one field spell.
Yeah,
Unless you're playing a
that's
multiple field spell deck, you do not need three, just because you will brick on terraformings and you'll just get field spell flooded.
yeah, and that's completely fair. And one of the problems for me is I actually don't have any terraforming. I don't know how I missed
Yes.
it, but I don't have any. So these field spell tribal decks are really not on the table for me. And I feel like you have the ability to play them. And like I said, these are so strong. Field spell, like the 500 field spells, are like the freest stat boosts you can play. It doesn't go to grave when the monster dies, like the equip spells. It's if you build your deck around it, it's so strong. Like Wing Dragon Guardian of the Fortress is a 1900 normal summon with the field spell up.
Hmm.
It's so
That is
incredibly strong.
summonable off of Kamakiri.
Yeah. Now, I will be honest, I thought you would be bringing Legendary Ocean, but then I looked at the card pool and was like, nope, that's next episode.
Oh,
Because I
trust
believe
me, I
next
have something
episode we
planned for
get.
next episode.
I bet you do. I bet you also have your banning planned for next episode.
I
Uh,
actually don't know what I'm gonna do. As much as swords is annoying, I don't think that's correct because it just gets pretty soon. We actually get some trapper moves that's playing.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and quickly. Well, we can do that after we spin the wheel to determine what I will be getting
Yeah,
for.
I swear, if you get another freaking wild, I'm gonna be a little bit like wild card secret. Nah, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
that'll be interesting. All right. So spinning the wheel in three, two, One. Okay. It is not that strong. It is a swap frog ticket. So in the
Okay.
this is one of those things that I thought of like maybe altering, but also like I feel like it could be fun if we only have it for the next episode, but it's also one of those things like it's the one that I feel like holding it isn't the worst idea. Like, cause it's really not that strong until you get to like the really good sets. But
I don't know. Magician's Force is not bad. We do get like Amazon Breaker.
yeah. Oh
Those are
well,
some good cards if you can
yeah.
swap for those.
No, Swap Frog is for the next step. It's for the next episode.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So for the next episode, we are going to be opening. I can't remember the set.
Invasion of Chaos. No,
No,
Dark Crisis.
Dark Crisis. Yeah, which is a good set. We have some crazy things in it. Like I know we have the good
Kaiser
legendary
Glider.
ocean targets. We have things like oh, yeah, we have the good legendary ocean targets. We have
We get
things
DD
like
Warrior Lady.
yeah, we get DD Warrior Lady. I believe we get Leviat Dragon Daedalus. I might be wrong about that. I think we get
We
Giga.
actually get some. We get some decent, not including Megamorph, some decent equips.
Okay. Yeah. And
And we also get the Ojamas.
yeah, I think we do we get a I think we get a decent number of burn cards.
We also
Uh,
get Sakuretsu armor.
Saku is yeah,
We
Saku
get
will
Final
become
Countdown.
final countdown. Yeah, no, Sakuratsu armor will probably become the premier battle trick. Um, as much as I like to needle sealing these games, Sakuratsu armor is a little bit better.
It's so good.
Hopefully I get to pull them. Anyways, guys, that was the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.